You walk into a room armed with spreadsheets, historical data, and a perfectly constructed logical sequence, convinced you are about to win the debate. You believe that if you just present undeniable facts clearly enough, the opposition will fold. You probably think arguments are won with sharper evidence and better rhetoric. That is a fundamental misconception. Words do not dismantle entrenched beliefs, they fortify them. When you corner someone with logic, you do not change their mind, you activate their defense mechanisms. Why do perfectly rational adults reject indisputable proof when it comes out of your mouth? To understand the mechanics of this failure, look at the biological systems of cognitive dissonance. The human brain perceives a threat to its established ideology, exactly like a physical threat. When you verbally dismantle someone's process, adrenaline spikes. Cortisol floods their system. You are no longer debating an idea. You are physically attacking their identity. You are fighting millions of years of evolutionary biology, and you will lose. So how do you bypass a biological defense system to force change? You remove the attack entirely. You stop talking and start building. Look at the shipping industry's shift to containerization in the 1950s. Malcolm McLean did not sit in boardrooms arguing with dock workers and rail executives about the mathematical efficiency of standardized steel boxes. They laughed at his designs. They told him the infrastructure could not support it. If he had stayed at the negotiation table, the unions and traditionalists would have debated him into bankruptcy. How did he force a global standard without winning a single argument? He bought a ship, the Ideal X, loaded it with 58 containers, and sailed it from New Jersey to Houston. He simply executed the system. Here is the structural leverage point. Reality does not require consent. An argument is a request for permission to be right. Execution bypasses the permission layer completely. When you shift your energy from verbal persuasion to physical construction, you alter the environment. You are no longer dealing in hypotheticals. You create a macro system where the new reality already exists. When McLean's ship docked in Houston, the cost to load cargo had dropped from nearly $6 a ton to 16 cents. He did not have to say a single word. The financial ledger did the talking. Executives who called him an idiot immediately scrambled to retrofit their own fleets. The argument was dead because the result was breathing. To apply this strategy, you must audit your current objectives. Where are you currently expending calories trying to convince someone of a future state? Identify the friction point. Stop speaking. Calculate the minimum viable execution of that state. If you want to change a workflow in your organization, do not pitch the workflow. Run the workflow quietly on your own desk. Produce the output in half the standard time. When your superiors demand to know how you hit the quota so fast, you hand them the manual. You let the outcome create the demand for your method. I have lived long enough to watch thousands of brilliant people talk themselves into exhaustion. They die on the hill of being right, holding pristine blueprints that never get built. You must choose whether you want the temporary dopamine hit of a vocal victory, or the silent, compounding power of actual leverage. Let them call your idea foolish. Let them outline exactly why your system will fail. Agree with their skepticism, nod politely, and go pour the concrete. By the time they finish their elaborate rebuttal, you will have finished the bridge. They will have to walk across your bridge to come tell you why it cannot be built.